Hello, lovely ones, and welcome to June. I can't believe it's June already. Where did May go? Actually, there's been so much happening in my life, and I'm excited to begin sharing some of that with you. The calling for it, though, that's so interesting, that has been part of the shifts and the changes since a couple months ago when I updated you about the loss of my friend and what had been happening, um, is the stand-up message has gotten even stronger, even powerful, even more exciting. And something that became clear to me was that what we really want has a tendency to conceal itself from us. I don't know if you ever hear yourself saying, I don't know what I want. I'm not clear. I don't have clarity. I'm not sure. This storyline was one that for me has been so much of my life. I looked to others to try and determine through their reflection, through their ideas, through their expectations, through their shoulds, through society, trying to decide what I want based on things outside of myself. And what has happened as I've run this stand up program twice now, and I'm about to launch and start the next cohort in just 2 days. It's not too late to join. I would really love to have you. But what's happened is the more I'm calling myself into this role of teacher, into this role of showing other people this modality, this program, this the depth of this work that is really getting to the core of the core, to the truth of the truth, to the heart of the heart, of like, what is it that I want? What is my truth? What is aligned with who I came here to be, not who I think I should be anymore? And what I've found is that part of the stand up message is actually learning to be an advocate for that, and to be an advocate that I don't need to compromise what I want to keep other people happy, perceived happy. It's not even always truthfully happy, right? We think that's what they want, right? And so, how much of your life are you compromising? How much of your life are you really not being completely true to yourself and the life that you wanted to live and the life that you want to experience? And so, stand up is really in building that relationship with yourself, this exceptional relationship with yourself, where you've really got your own back, really going to take care of yourself. And this is not a trampling on other people thing, but it can be impactful on other people. And I'll share my own story around that in the next video. I think this will get too long otherwise. But stand up is running again. And what I've found is when you build that relationship with yourself to the point where you are willing to advocate for yourself, for your truth, for what you know is what you want really at the heart, what is your deepest desires. Only when you love yourself enough and have the capacity to advocate for yourself does what you want even reveal itself. This is what's happened to me. And so it's really interesting to see, like, I didn't even know this thing that's shown up in my life. I didn't even know that I wanted it. And now my commitment to this happening, which, let me just high level, moving back to Australia, the commitment to this happening is unwavering. It is in every cell of my being. I know it is the right, the most correct and aligned thing for me to do to support all that I am. And I know that it's also the best for my family, albeit that's not easy to make sense of with your head. And so part of my journey with stand up has also been through the human design journey I've been on, and this experiment of understanding our energy bodies in this really functional way, that we can actually come to learn how our energy body works. How does it navigate its way in the world? How can it show me my mental thinking process? How can my body show me what is the most correct thing for it? And so, as a celebration for stand up, I'm offering mini stand up human design readings Just 20 minutes. We're going to specifically go into what I think should be called the heart, but they call it the G center, the identity center. We're going to go into the spiritual heart. We're going to look at the gates that you've got in there. I'm going to look at the lessons. What are the challenges? What are the strengths? What is the curriculum? What did you come here to learn based on your specific chart? So a 20-minute flash session of something that really is at the heart of what I teach in stand up. We will be having more human design in the stand up program than we did last time. And there is a lot focused on this identity center for those that speak the human design jargon, the language. And this identity center really supports our resilience in life and how able we are to stand up and be all that we are, not trying to be anything that we're not. So the link for booking those mini sessions will be in the email. I'm also exploring part of what's coming out of me, because as well as this move back to Australia, as well as this exploration that I have been on, I've been on a retreat, and part of me standing up fully is owning I still want to be a singer. I've wanted it since I was about 10, and I'm 45 now, and I still want it. And so letting the singing become part of my offering, because it's part of me standing up, right? It's not necessarily what you want, but it's what I want. And playing with that. So I have started up the Song Circle offerings on Insight Timer again, and it feels so good. And I'm going to be sharing a few more of this songs that I write. There's just baby songs. I'm not even committed to them being fabulous yet. I'm not going to let that stop me from doing this thing that I really want to do. You know, let the experiment begin. Let the playfulness, let the curiosity, and just the joy in being in writing songs and singing them, and that be enough. It doesn't need to look a certain way. It's just so good for me to be saying yes to that aspect of myself, and as part of my own stand-up commitment. So I will put the link to Insight Timer. Insight Timer is this meditation app. It's free. You do have to sign up for an account, but it's a free app. And then you can find me, my teacher profile on that app, and that's where I do these live calls. I love doing them there because Insight Timer has a big community and a lot of people come. So whilst I know I could create my own Zoom room and my own time and my own place, then I have to market it and tell everyone, whereas Insight Timer allows everybody to just come and people can taste it and they can jump in and out. It's not a big commitment. And hopefully part of that is it's about finding your voice as well. It's about accepting and enjoying and allowing yourself to speak, which is part of the stand-up messaging as well, to allow yourself to learn to say what's on your heart, you know, and even though we're humming and we're singing these beautiful chants, there's something that gets gently and lovingly unlocked the voice during that experience. So I would love for you to join me there if that feels good, if that feels like something you'd like to join me for. And then the final piece, I have released this already. I'm sorry I hadn't told you yet. If you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen it. I've done the first interview on the Courageous Possibilities podcast. So the Courageous Possibilities podcast latest episode is an interview with a beautiful Marina Nãbao, who was one of my teachers when I did Vita, the Love, Sex, and Relationships coaching certification. She's a beautiful human, and she's really powerful when it comes to embodiment. So we had a lovely, really wonderful, deep conversation about what does it mean to be embodied, and how do we really start to find our truth across all the layers of the soma. And she will talk to you more about what the soma is and what the soma means. Tapping in, I wasn't going to mention this, but just feels really there and ripe for anybody that's still listening and have lasted to the end of this little update, is are you curious about your sexuality? Because I have a female sexuality coaching series. It's 10 sessions. And for the first 5 people to sign up, I'm going to offer it at a discount from my normal coaching, because it's a new offering and I haven't got sales pages and websites and things set up for it yet. But if it's of interest to you, let me know and I will send you the link to either book it straight out, or I'm happy to have like some voice messages back and forward about any questions, any concerns, anything to do with your sexuality. Honestly, this is for me, this has been part of the journey into the fullness of the full expression of all that I am. My sexuality has really been part of it. And so it's such an interesting thing as I see this business growing and emerging and blossoming into the core message of the business is an invitation for you to be radically you. It's not simply a becoming and a blossoming anymore. This is really a radical expression, self-expression. It's really owning the truth of who you are and therefore having to shed the layers of the storyline that we picked up that are not true, right? And so somehow going from spirituality, coaching, and having the singing and having the sexuality, it all fits. It just all fits under that umbrella of being radically you. So my website is currently undergoing a mass transformation. I'm super excited about where this business is going. I am so grateful to you all for having been here and followed me along this journey. And yeah, you'll get to see the next few months of the journey as we transition our family back to Australia again. We will have been here in London 4 years in January. And so it's time. It's time to go and be in my hometown again. So I'm excited to head back to Melbourne, Australia at some point later this year. So there's the update. There's a lot more to that story yet. But I'm really, from me personally, grateful to stand up and to this work and this becoming radically you. That is an invitation for you, but it's also calling me into my own fullness and my own expression, and to really up level that so that I can hold the space, so that I can hold the container that allows you to do the same. Thank you so much for being here, and until next time, or I hope to see you in stand up. So stand up one starts in just 2 days, and I think that timing will be better for people in the US. The next cohort's going to start on July the 4th, which I kind of love because it's Independence Day, even though it's an American thing. There's something about the reclamation of your independence and clearing out any stories of codependence that might be affecting the way that you show up in your life. So the 4th of July is the next cohort. I haven't got the sales page up yet, but email me if you want to make sure that you hear about it, and I will ensure that you do. Sending you all so much love, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.